I'm Carolina Zmarlak, and I'm a fashion designer in New York City.
You look sick. In the best sick in the best way. Yeah, you got that right texture pose. Yeah.
What brought me to America is actually my family. My dad won the green card visa lottery in 1992, and within a month we found ourselves moving to Chicago, and have been here now for 22 years. When I came to America, I was still a very young child. I was 10 years old. I was still very malleable, and so, you know, when I moved to America, I learned English within 2 months, and I became part of the school system that was fully done in English. Coming to New York City to start in design school was a big dream, and in 2003, when I was 18 years old, I got to fulfill this dream and started at the Fashion Institute of Technology. After my second year, I was very lucky to take part in and win Gen Art Styles competition in 2005. And while I was still a student, I was able to really get some opportunities when it came to design and jobs. And I actually started working as a head designer while continuing in school. One of the key 4 cities in the world where, you know, fashion is just one of the biggest industries here. And, you know, unlike Paris or London or Milan, New York is really, in its own right, I would say the best to be a young designer within, as you can really, from start to finish, create everything, including sourcing the fabric to getting, your garments patterned and then made. Everything happens here in the garment district, which is really a 5-block radius. And so as a young designer and someone who's really coming up in the industry, it is very unusual to have and be able to really have all these processes happen in such a close-knit relationship to all the people that are working with you. I decided that what I wanted to do next was create a ready-to-wear collection named Carolina Zmarlak. My business partner and I, Jessie Kais, decided that we really wanted to formulate the same idea of really how do we personalize each garment in a full collection. And so the first collection that we came out with was about 10 looks, and every single garment was reversible or convertible, and really the woman had the ability to personalize the clothing, just like my custom clients had that relationship and personalization process that I went through with them. And it all began that way, and we started, and here we are 5 years into the process. And with the very first jacket that we started, which was our drape wrap jacket, now we have a full collection with not only every single piece being reversible, but now really foundationally the collection is structured with the idea of convertibility. Clothing can make a difference in how you're perceived and the power that you can have. I'm the first Polish designer in Saks Fifth Avenue, and so it's been a long journey and an interesting journey, and hopefully will only, go to the future. Designer's life, especially I think when the business has your name on it, is actually very different. It requires continuous change. Every day is a new challenge, and the minute you have figured out, what you think is the perfect way, the next day the requirements change. The fittings and the models are definitely not the majority of what we're doing. We are a modernist design house that really focuses on, a powerful, sleek woman. Overall inspiration is always that strong woman character, and I think that came inherently through, being a Polish woman myself. For young Poles, I would definitely encourage the fantasy and the dreams. I think that's one of the main things that all of us need to live for and live with. However, on the other side, I would also be very clear and realistic as to what one's own personal attributes are and talents. And so what I would do is definitely, have the ability or create ability to test your talents and to really either have practice and internships and or really get involved with the things that you want to do to really develop the skill, not only on the surface, but really technically be an expert in. New York is really one of the most inspirational cities, and the constant fluidity and flow and movement and culture. There's a lot more that I want to accomplish, but it's really an amazing thing to be able to wake up every day and really strive and be passionate about the things that I really care about. And really every day, I feel like I'm learning some more, and my interests are only opening up more and more. And so this for me is something that is so important. I look forward to seeing where it goes 10, 20 years from now. So.